You're about to listen to Tadpog. Tyler and Dave play old games. It's a comedy video game podcast. We would like to stress that the hosts are not experts and are really just very crass commentators. Seriously, this is an explicit podcast that happens to talk about video games sometimes. So please enjoy this pretty okay podcast with Tyler and Dave.
Hello, Internet. That's a lot of energy. Should I crank that up or lower that down?
Perfect. You've nailed it.
Hello, Internet.
All right, did it anyway. I get it.
What's up, Internet? I gotta show
the different
I gotta
sides?
show my range.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Look at you.
This is a big audition for
Look at you.
Broadway podcasts.
You gonna play the French horn in a minute?
I might.
Yeah. Welcome to our podcast that we do after talking about Tadpog Prom for 2 hours and 40
Yeah,
minutes.
you came over a little after 6, and we just talked until it's like 8:40.
We needed to do it.
I gotta
though.
take my pills in like 20 minutes. It's gonna be an interesting show.
I'm almost done with my Death Wish coffee.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm going
You're
to
coming
do.
in energized, man.
Yeah, it's weird. Usually I'm like at this point when I'm doing Ross Rachel Green's quiz at the end, but now I'm already there. I'm not sleep deprived though, so there is that.
Sweet. Yeah, we got some good. Melissa got sleep for the first time, like in a very long time.
At the hotel.
Yeah. I brought Ambien for her, so
Dude, man. I'm gonna get right into it with how great it was staying in the hotel, where it's just like I'm gonna have sex every morning. Don't have to worry about a kid. I know that the walls are well insulated in this hotel because you had a party going on, and it was just like can't hear it.
damn. Okay.
If I went out into the hallway, it's like shit. There's a party going on. But if I went into my room and closed the door, nothing.
All right.
Very weird. But yeah, that's nice to be like, cool. We can both wake up. We can both wake up about 9 o'clock and just have sex in the morning. Not have to worry about a kid, and then just go and have our day.
Yeah. Well, this is Tadpog. Tyler and Dave play old games. Well, we talk about video games. Is this your first episode? I don't know why you chose this one.
If it is
Foreman for real,
Right.
I'm glad you did.
If it is your
I don't
first
understand.
episode, I meant I was having sex with my wife, Nikki, not with Tyler, my co-host. When I say that we had sex, I meant her.
No one can hear me scream. It was wonderful.
Who's screaming, you or me?
It's funnier when I'm probably for me to be screaming.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. When Tyler's screaming. Is it funnier because you think people are like, he'd probably enjoy it? Why are you screaming?
maybe. Yeah. Dave wouldn't enjoy bottoming. Like Tyler,
I would not.
He'd be amused by it. he might not even be into it, but he'd be like, fine, stick it in, whatever.
I mean, no offense, but for the record, I'm not sure I'm okay with topping either. I love you very much, but,
Fine.
but not in that way. Let's
But it's a real. But one of it was a really funny joke.
but let's still be friends.
like it's Tadpog Prom, and we leave the door open like it's a party. They walk in, and we're just fucking. It's a real funny joke.
The one Tadpog Prom for Time Lord Josh Edwards to miss.
Yeah, Josh, you missed it, man. We were just fucking going nuts.
If this is your first episode, Time Lord Josh Edwards has exclaimed in the past how funny it would be if Tyler and I had sex on mic. So,
And he is a listener, and he has a title because he's a longtime listener and friend of ours.
there we go. This is going to be an ongoing bit in this episode where we over-explain everything for our new listener who just tuned in specifically for Foreman.
The person who has George Foreman alerts, Google alerts set, and this pops up, they're like, hell yeah. All right.
Oh, man. The person who has George Foreman Google alert set up will hate this podcast. Because, isn't George Foreman, known for being, a wholesome kind of, dude?
Grill salesman.
Yeah, a grillsman. And a sitcom artist. Didn't he have a sitcom for, a hot minute?
I want to say you're right. I want to say he did.
It was, him and all the Georges, I think.
Yeah, all his kids named George or some shit. Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, Tyler and Dave play old games. We play old video games. But right now, the jam that we're on is we went down to our basement and created a dark, chaotic god who randomly chooses Super Nintendo games from Wikipedia's list of Super Nintendo games.
It's kind of like
randomly.
It's kind of like Full Metal Alchemist. We like tried to bring our mom back or something, it's like, nope, you're not allowed to do that. So your payment is you have to play through all of the Super Nintendo games in a random order.
Random order. So this week, the randomizer chose for us Foreman for Real.
Foreman for Real. Didn't make to make your daughter cry. I apologize.
So, and of course, we are fresh.
Did I not sell enough? I am for real. That was funnier, right?
I heard the coffee on that one.
I felt the coffee on that one.
Coffee energy down 2%. So
yeah, must replenish.
You have to slowly spend it.
Build more pylons.
So we did come off fresh this weekend from Tadpog Prom, which is the yearly event that us and fans of the show all go to the Louisville Arcade Expo together.
Right.
Do the Arcade Expo and other events all together as a group, and we have a great time every year.
Sure. And shout out to Master Cycle Bear and Link.
Hell yes.
For organizing it this year.
Yes.
I think he did an amazing job.
He did.
Thank you, Link, very much. And drove a really fucking long way to be there, too.
Yeah, he did, from Wisconsin. Like, there were people who really went out of their way to drive. Of course, because to celebrate people who came, two people who came the furthest got Ryu hoodies that I've been saying I have to give away forever.
We can finally take it off the show notes.
First time caller Nate from Utah flew in from Utah. He got one. Of course, I pulled his name from iTunes randomly. He got one, and then whoever drove the furthest, which I believe was Paul Anderson, got the other one. There's a great picture of that in the Tadpog Nation group.
Yeah, there is.
So, yeah, we have a Tadpog
Not
page.
of him driving.
Not of him driving.
Of him and Nate in the Ryu hoodie.
There's 12 hours of footage of him just driving to prom.
It's called...
Do you like Desert Bus? This is like the non-interactive version.
I think Desert Bus is the non-interactive version of Desert Bus, right?
You just have to press left a few times.
George Foreman did have a sitcom called George. Oh. It lasted one season in 1993.
Makes sense.
Makes sense. I wish I could have watched it for this episode, but don't worry. I will watch it for his other Super Nintendo game.
What's the other one?
I think it's called
Foreman for Play. And it's
Foreman for Play, not for real. I think it's called
Foreman for Play, where it's a dating sim where you romance George Foreman,
but different George Foremans. You know what I mean? And they're all George Foreman, but they're slightly skewed a little bit.
He's like the Doctor. Every version, every era of George Foreman step through, and you have to romance all of them and sleep with every George Foreman.
That is how it works.
Foreman for Play,
and that's that is what he gets for boxing. He didn't want to do it, but they're like, if you box, you get reincarnated when you die.
Yeah,
and he's like, sign me up.
Who am I going to come back as? Just you, but a little fatter than you were before?
Or the only way it works, George, is if you name as many sons as you possibly can after yourself. You'll become one of them, but they have you. It's imperative that you understand they must share your name. The other game is called George Foreman's KO Boxing.
Okay.
Which I thought about.
So keep some George Foreman goofs in the tank.
That's what I'm saying.
All right.
And I thought about sometimes what we do is here at Tadpog, we do things a little bit differently. I thought about maybe seeing if you wanted to cover both games in the same episode.
Oh.
Because we kind of do that sometimes. Yep. They do have the same developer, I believe, and the same publisher, and they did come out within a year of each other. So I'm like, this is the same game, right? And then I checked out the other one, and it's like, nope.
Oh, very different?
Very different.
Okay, cool.
One is not to spoil it when the randomizer gives it to us. We'll all have forgotten by then, I'm sure, unless it picks it at the end of this episode. But it is straight up a Mike Tyson's Punch-Out ROM hack with George Foreman in it, essentially.
That sounds pretty good.
It sounds good, doesn't it?
It does.
But
it's probably not, because I never heard of it, but it sounds good.
It's an experience. It was an experience. Very different from this game.
Well, before we do our deep George Foreman dive, I see a package sitting over there. Sometimes we open packages that listeners that we usually tell an intro story, not particularly about gaming, sort of about us, so we can bond with the listener, show it so that we're people,
yes,
and not just a medium between computer information about video games to your ears.
Right. Not just.
We're
We're not
people.
just that.
We're not just that. We are that, but we're also people.
We're also people. Yeah. I do want to open this package. I don't want to forget what we didn't get to try last time.
You're right.
When Gentle G's
hot sauce.
And a hot sauce, which, by the way, speaking of hot sauce and speaking of Paul Anderson, who drove a long way to get to prom, Paul Anderson of the Far, Far Away, he brought a hot sauce. Did you get you tried that, right?
Oh, yeah, I did.
Death Nectar Stretched.
Oh, man. It's in my fridge right now.
Oh, you got it. Okay.
I do have it. Because I made sure I brought home a bunch of the leftover liquor, which there was a lot left over. Drinkmaster Joey also took a fuck ton of liquor home.
Drink Smith. I've had a conversation with him about his title can never change because he got a jersey that says Drink Smith, number 69 on it. So it is that title is in stone as far as I'm concerned.
Yep.
Or it's at least embroidered.
You want to try the hot sauce first before we delve into that package?
Let's do it, man. Since the hot sauce came in first, I want to run it through its paces. It's a
chunky boy.
It's a dark sauce, which is typically a sign that I feel like it's going to be a hot one.
Yep.
But we read the ingredients on it the other day. What hot sauce is this again? Aloha, Alabama. Inferno sauce. There's no way this is going to be as hot as the Death Nectar.
No, it's not.
That Death Nectar was it was hot, but what sucked about it was it lasted forever.
Did not go away. You were 100%
Everyone who tried it, like Joey said, Drinksmith Joey said that it was just like a dozen people pacing back and forth for like 15 minutes. All right, so here we go. Aloha, Alabama. That's sweet. Mm-hmm. And it is hotter than I thought it would be. And all I have is this Death Wish coffee. Time to drink up, I guess. You got NyQuil.
You want some of that?
Not yet. Save that for the road.
Woo. I felt it when I
inhaled.
Whenever my mouth feels that tightening when it's super hot.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
hiccup.
There's a hiccup. That's how you know.
Man, this is way hotter than I thought it was going to be.
Oh, man.
Aloha, Alabama.
Woo. Damn. If that's as hot as Dave's insanity.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Let me drink this hot beverage.
Oh, man. Yeah, I did not expect that at all.
I didn't either. But when I saw the color of it, it was like, oh, no. This potentially could be very, very hot.
There were chunks of pepper in it, too. So, yeah.
I think it's the extract that makes that so hot.
Ooh.
You probably know better than I do, but I've got a theory about the pure capsaicin that we tried on Patreon, patreon.com/Tadpog. I think that we got a combination of either bum pure capsaicin or extract is just hotter than pure capsaicin. You okay?
I will be. Eventually. Ugh. Man.
What's surprising is I was surprised at how well you handled the Death Nectar, which I think is way hotter than this stuff.
It was. I feel like the half-life on this probably won't be too bad.
No, it's already starting to fade. Maybe the stretch in Death Nectar stretch, maybe that is
yeah.
It's going to stretch out the length of time that you burn.
Designed.
Yeah. We do have another package here, and this is a package. This is from someone I haven't seen a package from in a long time, nor have I heard from in quite a while.
Yep.
And when I saw the Ziggies on the package, I was like,
hell yeah.
They're back. This is a package from Tadpog Santa. And there's a nice box, and in this box is a letter. And this letter says, "Sup, Tadpog." I haven't read this beforehand, so who knows? "Sup, Tadpog. It's been a while since I've sent anything into the show."
It has.
So anyway, I recently bought a few anime Blu-rays, and they came with digital copy codes as well. Since I don't need these, I'd figure I'd pass on them.
Oh.
And then here we go. Here's a Funimation digital copy for one for you and one for me. Thank you for that. There are a few things on Funimation that I would like to watch. Let's see. First one is Kaijo. It's a sports anime where they fight with their boobs and butts in an arena on a pool. I've seen it.
I've heard about that.
I think I watched it when we did Tsupare Osumu. Whoa. Squeaky Boy. The package deliverer says it's a fucking hilarious over-the-top show with silly names for the attacks. My personal favorite is Quick Draw Gazongas. Highly recommend for a good laugh. I think it's right up there with Golden Boy for my favorite comedy animes.
That is a tremendous claim.
Yeah, Golden Boy is great. I thought that Kaijo was. I thought that it was funny, but I didn't stick with it mainly because it's like Golden Boy. I feel like maybe it's because it's from the 90s. Like Golden Boy is kind of like tame by today's standards, and like I'd be less embarrassed if like someone walked in and was like, "What are you doing?" Watching Golden Boy.
BMO baby.
But like, right, exactly. But Kaijo is straight up like, that's a lot of tits and ass. Which I like, but it's also one of those things where it's like I wouldn't watch Golden Boy around Henry, but I might think about it for a second. Kaijo on the other end, not a chance. Let's see. The letter continues. The other one is for Yuri Kuma Arashi. A show executive producer Janie recommended to me. It's a pretty trippy show that I thoroughly enjoyed. Don't really have a summary off the top of my head other than it's the lesbian bear show.
God.
I love your punctuation on the letter. Every time there's a period, essentially, there's a hiccup. By the same director that did my favorite anime, Revolutionary Girl, Utena, which is on YouTube legally. I recommend checking that one. I'm going to mute your mic. I recommend checking that one out. Definitely one of the top 5 animes. I also included a random assortment of hot sauce, and if I recall, Dave was looking for another one-chip challenge to do on a stream. I was. If I remembered wrong... If I remembered wrong, oh well, pass it on to someone else then. You remembered correctly. Thank you for that. Anyway, keep up the good work. And the last thing I want to say is a pitch for your Patreon. If you're not on the Tadpog Patreon, you should be. For as little as 3 1/3 cents a day, you get a fuckload of awesome content. Been really digging the Piggy Palace episodes. And is signed Jack of Ziggy Moons. Patreon.com/Tadpog. I agree. Piggy Palace actual play was a lot of fun to do, and Tyler ran a fantastic game.
Thank you.
Here is the one chip. I would like to do this on stream if you don't mind me taking this.
Take it.
Sweet.
I was hiccuping from the Alabama.
And I might do, this is like kind of a nice segue. Drex approached me to do like a stream to benefit a friend of ours who listeners of the show may be familiar with Duke Sith Toast, aka
Yes.
Duke William. There is, I've posted on Tadpog Nation, the Facebook group, there is a GoFundMe for William. William has been diagnosed with cancer. He has colon cancer, and he's got a really. I don't want to go into the details because he goes into the details extremely well on that GoFundMe, and it is worth the read, and it'll give you the details that I am likely to fuck up just trying to think from my memory. But
I met William in college. Randomly, I was having trouble in calculus and went to a tutoring session. He was there. We got to talking, and then the next semester, I had a computer class with him. And then we just became friends. He started watching you stream, and he fit in very well. He worked for a while just randomly with John and Ian. He had classes with my brother Ryan. Like, he just has connected. He just connected all the wires just out of the blue. He's a great dude. I think the world of him, and it breaks my heart to hear about what's happening to him. And I hope he gets all the help that he needs.
And I agree with everything that you said. If you, and I'm actually going to be seeing him tomorrow. I'm going to he's like got a really, really good attitude about everything coming up, which I think is like really, really awesome. Cause it's like, if I got that news, it would essentially be, well, looks like I'm going to start smoking again.
Sorry, I can't see any of you. I'm going to be busy smoking.
Right?
Sorry.
I'm going to be busy smoking, masturbating, and playing video games. So it's been nice knowing you guys.
Not knowing you, Nikki and Henry.
Don't bother me. Don't bother me. Don't bother me. But yeah, he's got a really good attitude about it, a good sense of humor about it. I'm meeting him tomorrow. We are going to shoot photos for his save the date. He's going to do a save the date for the date that the surgery is happening.
Okay.
So he's
Awesome.
got a plush gastric tract that he has ordered, and we're going to shoot that tomorrow. If you are interested in reading his story or checking out the GoFundMe, he has, and this is another testament to how how awesome he has been about like this news. He's registered fuckmyasscancer.com. So go to fuckmyasscancer.com and that'll redirect you to the GoFundMe. You can read the whole story. But the reason I thought about that is because Drex, he's a streamer, Drex23. You guys, if you watch the Tadpog stream, you probably know who Drex is.
We tend to make a lot of inside jokes. Just go listen to our entire 500 episode backlog, and you'll be right there with us.
Watch all the streams, check out all the Patreon stuff, and then you'll be 100% in the know.
So go ahead and pause here, go do all that, and come back, and you'll really understand.
Pause here, give us $2 on Patreon. And then definitely please come back. Drex, he wants to do, like, he reached out to me about maybe doing something like on stream to raise money as well. And this one chip challenge may be a key component, Kana. So thank you. Just got the idea from that.
Awesome.
Let's see. Kana's also sent Samyang 2x spicy hot chicken flavor ramen.
Ooh.
And it has an awesome illustration of a fiery bird, chicken, I guess, holding a bomb with a lit fuse.
That looks fucking nice.
Well, then this is all you, buddy.
Yeah,
then.
yeah, man.
That's all you.
I love ramen.
I do too. You turn me on to that Shin Black ramen, which is so good and spicy.
Sometimes you feel bad paying $7 for ramen, but it's so
good.
Right?
Like I remember like the first time I was like, fuck, this is some bougie ass ramen. And then I was like, yeah, but it is. I mean, it's not worth it, but it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they're like, we put freeze-dried vegetables in there. What more do you want? $7,
It's better than McDonald's. It still breaks down to like $2.50 a package.
Right. We've also got
a more with cranberry sauce.
We have a delicacy.
Oh shit!
We have a delicacy.
Yeah.
Some cranberry orange relish, dated November 2019.
Kana Jack of Ziggy Moon's Ha makes the best cranberry sauce I have ever had.
No shit. See, I don't like cranberry sauce, so
I can eat that with a fucking spoon. It is that good.
There you go. We've also got a bevy of hot sauces. I love this brand. Kana has sent this in before.
Arizona.
It's I can't pronounce it. It's El Yucateco.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So we've got let's see. We've got hot sauce chili habanero. We've got hot sauce chili habanero. One is red, one is green.
Mm-hmm. That's good shit. Have had that.
We've got Black Label Reserve chili habanero, which is a
I have never seen that one before.
You want to try that one?
We should try that.
You want to get the hiccups again?
I kind of want to wait.
Well, how about this? How about we just have one at the beginning of each show?
Okay.
Then we've got
So I've got hiccups every
episode, right? I just want to stretch it out. We've also got XX extra hot sauce, chili habanero as well.
Damn. All right. I've never seen. Yeah. Nice busting out the real shit.
There we go. That's all the hot sauces. This is a nice package.
That's a very nice package. Thank you so much.
We've got an R4 Gold package, but I don't know because I'm familiar with R4s.
I've got one.
But I don't.
Is this preloaded with a bunch of fucking games? What's going on?
I do not know. But that's what it is. It is definitely an R4. And then that's what this is.
Is this the gaming version of the Ring he is passing on to us?
Like you pop this into your 3DS and it's like, oh shit.
Tom Nook comes out and kills you 3 days later.
And then
I mean, R4s aren't cheap. Give us some backstory on that one.
Yeah, really. We need to know. And I think this is specifically because the R4 I had was pretty much before the 3DS. But like, did this get put in on accident? Kana, let us know if this got put in
Do
by
we need to
accident.
ship this back to you?
Yeah, because this does say 3DS, and it's like the R4 that I've got is like was
Fuck.
before the
Hell
3DS,
yeah, man.
and you know the old ones don't
Yeah.
work with 3DSs. And then we've also got, I want this real bad, a patch, a circular patch that says "Thick thighs save lives, but thigh highs are my demise," and then it is an embroidered midsection of a woman wearing thigh highs, about to pull her shirt up.
It's all yours, brother.
Sweet, thank you, thank you, Kana.
Yeah, hell yeah. That was a great package. Thank you.
Yeah, that was really, really good. And also really good to hear from you, too.
All right, well, I forgot to start that timer. I'm going to go ahead and start that timer now. Oh, no, I just started the timer. I just forgot in all of my heat haze that I can't remember anything. Between chugging LIT in order to soothe the heat.
How you feeling? You don't have much of that LIT left.
I'm feeling pretty good, Dave.
Feeling pretty good?
Feeling pretty good. Why don't you come over here and top me, motherfucker?
It would be hilarious.
Man, it'd be so funny.
It'd be so funny if you came over and topped me.
Let me text Melissa and say, hey, come out here. And then, well, fuck.
Like for her?
It'd be so funny.
Or
It'd
what?
be so funny.
Like just as
It'd be so funny to watch my marriage shatter to pieces.
it's not. Wait. It's only funny if someone was there to witness it.
Oh, yeah.
Otherwise,
It's just, no. Get that out of your mind right now. Someone's got to walk in on it.
it's like all those videos of like the dude jerking off in the hotel room with the door like slightly open so the
Yep.
housekeeping walks in.
Yep.
Are those real? Those aren't real, are they? Like I know some of them definitely
Well,
are
some
not.
of them are definitely real, but some
You
are
think
probably.
so?
I think the ones where they immediately walk in, they're like, "Oh, sorry," like that makes sense.
That does make sense. But the ones where they're like, "Let me help you out with that."
I think that was
doesn't make
one.
sense.
One dude was like, "What are you doing?" I don't know. You want to come help out? Okay. Like
I do remember seeing that.
if it was a
e-fuck.
woman, yeah, fake immediately,
right.
fake.
But it was a guy.
A dude.
So right. It's like fine.
Okay, that
makes
might be real.
There's an 80% chance that's real.
I mean, if you're gonna walk in on a stranger jerking off and enjoying him, like you're gonna have to be a dude for that. You're gonna have to be a dude for that.
What would you do?
If
You
I were
remember
doing
that-
a guy
remember
jerking
that-
off and
remember
I'm a
that show?
housekeeper,
What would you do?
what would you do?
Remember the Nickelodeon game show episode where they ask kids what they'd do if they walked in on a grown man jerking off in a hotel
I'd hit him
room?
in the face with a pie.
Where could, if someone else wants to send us an awesome package, where could they do that?
You can send that to Tadpog Studios, care of Nicole Nance, P.O. Box 3785, Paducah, Kentucky 42002.
And if you feel like that was an abrupt transition from what we were just talking about, it is because we definitely paused and then we had sex, but we forgot to invite people over to laugh at it. So
It wasn't funny.
Let's keep it a secret.
So we can't even talk about it.
It wasn't funny. It wasn't funny. It almost wasn't hot.
Almost. It was a struggle.
We had to really work.
You had to sit there and fluff for a very long time. Tyler, this isn't funny enough.
Tyler, it's only funny. Everyone can see the veins.
Is anybody coming in here?
Come on.
I'll call Phil, but it might be a while. See, Phil Hawkins is a longtime listener of the show,
Yes.
who is known as our sandwich pope.
Mm-hmm. He rose the ranks.
Yeah.
He didn't start out as Sandwich Pope.
So when I say Phil, it's an inside joke, but yes, he's a very prolific listener who we love very much.
Also, for the record, I want to say that no one has given us feedback on us doing too many inside jokes.
None.
That's what it feels like.
It feels like somebody must have said something, but no one did.
Or they did, but it was 4 years ago. We're just addressing it right now.
That has happened.
Right?
Yes, that is true.
It took us 4 years to ruminate on
That's
it.
that's about it.
Let's see what else is going on. I have some real exciting news.
Hell yeah.
And that is, I got a call from my boss today because I got back from Tadpog Prom Sunday, and today being Monday, I got a call from my boss. And my
Did you
boss,
take off today? Or did you
Yeah,
work?
I
Okay.
took today off as a recovery day for sure.
I don't have the luxury of taking Mondays off. Mondays are the busiest day of the week, so it's like I'm fucking going to work.
Yeah, Mondays for me are kind of like they're busy. Every day is busy, but it's like Monday kind of like, because a lot of my clients are easing into the week, that allows me to ease into the week as
Yeah.
well. You know, it's really rare for someone.
Wednesday Wednesday is probably your worst day of the week.
Wednesdays are pretty bad because a lot of like publication dates are due on Thursday, and it's like so it's like a whole bunch of ads at the same time, and then Wednesday is typically when people remember stuff where it's like, oh shit, I got that thing Friday, I need the thing, and it's like they'll get in touch. But I got a call from my boss today, and he said, "Hey, are you sick?" And I said, "No." I was confused. I was like, what? And here's why I was
What?
You're right. But,
Doubt.
but here's why I was confused because, like, first of all, I was like, did they not remember that I requested this time off? And they're like, "Hey, are you sick, man? Where are you? It's 4:30.
Did you go to Louisville? We heard there's the coronavirus. Are you sick? That depends. Do I get paid if I'm sick?"
And that is it. My answer back was not yet, but we took Henry.
I might feel something brewing. I don't know.
I said not yet, but Henry has the flu. Henry has flu A. And so I was kind of thrown off because I was like, does he somehow know that Henry, because like coronavirus didn't even like enter my fucking mind until he said, well, how do you feel about working from home this week? And I was like, I feel great about that. Why?
I feel like I'm going to go ahead and start masturbating now.
Right? Nikki, like, you know, like Always Sunny where like Mac does like the walking like punch thing. I did that around the room 3 times. Nikki was just staring at me like, what is this call about?
When I lived alone in Louisville, when I was going to Sullivan, every time I'd walk from my bedroom to the kitchen, I would do karate moves.
Yeah. So yeah, I just punched around the room 3 times while I'm having a conversation with my boss. I'm like, "Yep, sounds great. And he's like, I'll bring you your work computer tomorrow." And I was like, "All right, perfect. Sounds fantastic. This sounds amazing."
Wear a mask because I might be spreading it. I don't know.
That's what I said. I said like, I mean, if you bring it to, what are you gonna do? He's like, "I'll leave it on your front step." And it's like, okay.
Okay, well, I've got to go back to Louisville again next week.
Right,
So.
as it turns out. So what I told Nikki was, I hope this works out really well. Where they're like, you know what? Shit's really getting done. But it's what sucks is there's no way I can get more done than I have been doing. And I fucked up real bad. I should have been not doing a good job while I was
and
there.
Now
just fucking crank it up to 10.
Well, I don't know, because you say that, but also you're not going to have to go listen to all your boss's stories, or you're not going to have Firehouse Mondays with Chris Black. Like, maybe you will be more productive.
Let's stick with maybe.
You just have to invite Chris Black over.
Yeah. So yeah, that's gonna be.
So I was hanging out with Dave. I'm gonna have to work from home too.
So yeah, there's that.
I miss Chris Black. I want him to come back.
He wants to come back too. It's just like.
Yeah, I have a good place for him to hang out now, as opposed to the blanket fort.
He's got an album that just recently got mastered, and like he's been like really into that. But we have been like, he's mentioned several times that he like wants to get back, and I've told him, yeah, we want you to come back.
So
that's
Chris Black.
That's in the works. So
sweet. All right,
he's been busy.
Good. So what we should do is tell him to come over and record, and he walks in and we're fucking. It's gonna be real funny.
Dave doesn't even have one cock ring on.
We're going to be draped in the Canadian flag, and he'll be like, facts. That's an inside joke to the Karnov episode that Chris Black was on for the first time.
Canada, think about it. Sex with your friend, think about it. You know, you used to be able to have sex with your friend on the streets downtown, and the Walmarts came in and pulled everybody away. That's a reference to something that Chris Black said on the Karnov episode. Welcome to our weird podcast that I'm having way too much fun recording.
Hell yeah, brother.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm just excited to be working from home this week. Thank you.
That sounds so fucking good.
Thank you, coronavirus.
So good.
Fucking thank you. Thank you. Now watch, I'm going to like have it.
I had to fly to China, so...
Yeah, I do. I love that. So I figured, I got the coronavirus anyway.
Are you sick? I'm not well. I'm just waiting for Donald Trump to send me my coronavirus test kit. So until that happens, I'm just going to work from home just to be careful.
But yeah, the owner asked my boss, he's like, "Do you think David should work from home?" And my boss was like, "Not really, but I'll ask him." So when he called me, I was like, "Yes! Yes!"
So now you contact the owner directly. Because your boss is probably like, oh man, I got all these great stories and I got anybody to tell them to. I guess I'll email him today.
Do audio recordings.
See, like I still remember that one, like you were at work and I was at your house and I wrote that short story about John Turley.
Oh, yeah. This was a long time ago.
I mean, I wrote like it had to be a 5-page story about John Turley's journey to Wendy's, but he was so forgetful. It was just like his misadventures and sent them to the wrong email address. And of course, Hotmail didn't have a sent function, so it was like it was irretrievable.
Yeah, that's how long ago it was.
Yeah.
It was Hotmail era.
Yep. Well, you want to talk about? You want to get for real, Dave?
I do.
For real.
I am for real. Or I am for eels, as I've heard it.
Very pro eel.
Yeah.
I do like eel on sushi. I don't think you do though.
I hate eel.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I tried
remember the
it.
first time you tried it?
Yeah, and you guys told me it wasn't fishy, and you lied.
I guess I don't think it's fishy.
You lied. It's very, but I am also like I don't like fish, so it was. I knew it was probably not going to work out.
I could easily, like, if I had easy, cheap access to seafood, like fish, I could be a pescatarian. Easy. If I can give up beef, I can give up chicken, no problem. I would fucking love it.
My sister's
Beef
gone,
and chicken are just a lot fucking cheaper.
My sister's gone vegan. That's like been her thing. We were talking about it when we met up at Tadpog Prom.
I'm waiting for one of the kids to go vegan. Waiting
Really?
For it, yeah.
Why do you think?
I think
for what
RCAJ
reason?
is going to go vegan.
The animal angle.
Yep,
Yeah, that's why my
100%.
sister did it too. I guess I'm just my heart is cold and calloused at the age of 38.
Oh, you love animals. You just know you don't eat any of the good ones.
I know. I do love animals, but it's like, yeah, I will.
I
eat a
will
cow.
never eat dog.
Right.
So we're fine.
Let's not say never.
Never.
I mean, for real. Like I am for eels. Like if we're
in Fallout situation,
Right,
like
if-
Clementine be gone.
yeah. Well, maybe not my dog. Like I'm gonna. You know what I mean?
But you're gonna eat Bella. You're gonna eat my
Yeah,
dog.
not your dog, but I'm going to train my dog, Clementine, to kill other dogs and bring them back to the house.
Perfect. All right. I can't.
And she loves to get out, so she'd love it. She loves to get out and kill dogs.
You want? Okay, I see what you're wanting to be social.
Oh,
okay.
you want to go? Yeah, you want to go fuck your other female dog friend for a laugh.
I totally get
I
that.
understand. Here you go. Open the door. I guess.
Yeah, but see, me fucking you isn't as funny. I don't think it's as funny.
Yeah.
It's not. It's not.
I think
not.
it's because you're more physically imposing than I am.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I think that is
get
why. Yeah.
It's because you're fatter. That's funny.
No. You are.
You didn't say that.
You are
In my
bigger
mind,
than
it's
me.
like, that is funnier. It's funnier to see a skinny guy fucking a fat guy than a fat guy fucking a skinny guy. I get it. It makes sense.
It is funnier, but that's not what I meant. I meant
Because the fat guy's not like wheezing and trying and he can't like get a hold. Like, I get it.
you know who else is a big guy?
You're on a lot of uppers and I'm on a lot of downers. This is where we meet. This is where we meet in the middle.
That's the theme of this. That's the overarching theme of this podcast.
Don't you meet me in the middle? Pum, pum.
It's a very in-depth look at mediocre substance abuse, where it's like, yeah, it's just coffee, but it's a lot of it.
It's just coffee and alcohol once a week, but yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of it. I am ready. I'm ready to talk about Foreman for real.
All right.
Do you hear that, Tyler?
I do hear that.
What is it?
It's people laughing at us having sex. They're all laughing like Japanese schoolgirls.
It's because they are Japanese schoolgirls.
Fuck the fat guy.
It's how we make our money in the coronavirus post-apocalypse.
You're damn right.
That's the only way to earn a good buck.
The only way to amuse the survivors with sex.
Of course, I hear the laughing Japanese schoolgirls, which ushers in a segment that we like to call Dave Reads from Wikipedia. Okay, guys, Foreman for real, or as it's known in Japan. You ready for this?
I am. It's been a while. People love this.
Mm-hmm. Foreman for rira. Can I take another stab at that? I don't think I got it. Foreman for riru. There, it's a U. Third time's a charm.
Once you get this rearoo.
All right, show canceled. Thanks for listening, everybody. Foreman for real, not worth checking out. Goodbye. Goodbye. It is a 1995 boxing video game for the Game Boy, Game Gear, Sega Genesis, and the Super Nintendo Entertainment System.
That is way too many.
Featuring George Foreman. It is too many. Did you know it came pre-installed with George Foreman grills in the mid-2000s? You need something to do while
You
you're
make
waiting
your
for
bacon
this.
in the morning and you play Foreman for real.
Do you own a Foreman grill? Have you ever?
did.
I did. Well, my girlfriend
I owned
in
like
college
the
did.
huge jumbo one, and Jacob and I would make burgers in them our first year of college.
It worked pretty well, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've never had any problem with the George Foreman grill.
Same.
They're fine.
I
They're
dated
totally
a girl
fine.
in college who had one, and we did burgers in them, and it always
Yeah.
worked great. It was perfect for a dorm where you're not supposed
really
to cook
was.
in it.
It was
It's
totally
like,
perfect
No
for a
one will
dorm.
know.
Yep.
It is this game, not the grill, but Foreman for Real is the follow-up to Acclaim's previous release, George Foreman's KO Boxing, which is what we talked about briefly before. But man, it is a weird follow-up because the games are very, very, very different.
Flopsy, have anything good to say about it?
What I want to do is I want to consult Flopsy, aka the Ultimate Nintendo Guide to the SNES Library 1991 through 1998 by Pat Contry, courtesy of Master Bold Mike. I want to consult Flopsy when we give our final thoughts.
It's the bottom. Okay.
Yeah. We're gonna bookend this exceptional podcast with Wikipedia and Flopsy.
This episode that has confused probably anyone
Everybody.
who's new.
Or not new.
Or not. Yeah.
Or has been listening
Yeah.
for years.
Sorry, Phil.
All right.
Phil and his wife Bulbasaur, who is, I'm sure, confused by every episode of the show.
If not confused, shamed.
So confused, she's like,
Ashamed.
don't use my name. Call me a Pokemon.
That sounds like very specific dirty talk that I'm kind of might be into. Like, if you call me a Pokemon.
Pollinate me.
All right, Raichu.
No, not that one.
Fuck, I fucked up.
That requires a Thunderstone. That's stupid.
Okay, Mr. Mime?
That doesn't even have an evolution. Get out. Just pull out.
It's fine, I came already anyway.
Mr. Mime. So this game.
Yeah, what do you want to talk about?
Okay, so the minute I started playing it, I was like, okay, this is the video game version of Saddam Hussein in South Park.
Yeah,
Because
yes.
you see a weird version of George Foreman's unflinching face on a boxing body.
But it like when his body moves, his facial expression changes. So it is very much that South Park style. Because
Yeah.
like when Saddam Hussein like moves, that's when his face
All right, guys.
changes. Right.
It is very-
You just referenced that not too long ago. in
Not too
another
long
episode.
ago.
I
So
can't-
the randomizer works in mysterious
ways.
We conjured this. So, but it is weird. It's like a combination of like a celebrity on South Park with their real body on the real face on the cartoon body.
Sure.
And that one episode of Sopranos where, spoilers,
Oh, well, no. Here, I'll plug my ears.
okay, where Tony's mom dies and they insert
Damn it, I heard
her
it.
digitally and it looks super fucked up and weird.
I really do want to. I've never watched Sopranos. And
I still have half a season to go. I've never finished it.
I want to start watching it because I know it's like available on one of the streaming services I have. I think like Prime or something like that,
Okay.
maybe. So I really want to start watching it because on another podcast I listen to, each episode they have a little segment on the Sopranos episode that came out that week. Or I could just keep listening to that show and just
Just catch up eventually.
It's like I don't understand why everyone loves this show so much. It seems really like I don't know. Visually uninspired.
Dr. Melfi just seems sort of flat. I don't know.
I know that name. I know that name.
Yeah. Good character. One of the hardest scenes I've seen on television. Like, it is such a heartbreaking scene with her in The Sopranos. Yeah, absolutely.
And I know about the guy they brought back with them from Italy. I know about him.
Furio.
Furio, yeah, know about him.
Because my friend John, he was notorious for making comparisons. So all of our friend group, he would compare them to other forms of media.
Yeah, I'm not a big lover of that hobby when I'm involved in it.
You were definitely somebody. I have to look it up.
I have
We
no
found
doubt.
it recently.
I have no
Yeah.
doubt that I was definitely somebody.
But he had that was the most comprehensive. Well, it and Game of Thrones
Yeah.
were very comprehensive and very, very good. It's
Yeah.
They're all of our friend group to a ludicrous extent for Sopranos characters and Game of Thrones characters.
They're always fun, but it's always a nice exercise in how well John doesn't know me.
Yeah. I will concur.
Because every time I hear it, it's like, all right, okay, man.
I still don't.
I project something different, I guess.
I remember I did one with Naruto characters, and you did not like that I made you Neji instead of Shikamaru.
Oh, I should be Shikamaru.
I think I made Josh Nance Shikamaru.
I can see
and you
that.
were like, bullshit, I'm Shikamaru.
It's just because I like him better than Neji. But I could totally see Neji. I guess I would make my sister Hanada.
Yep. Hell yeah. Oh, man. All right. Foreman for real.
Back to Foreman for Riru.
Oh, man. This game frustrated me so fucking badly.
It's a bad game.
Yeah.
It's a bad game.
Yeah. And I like boxing games, so this one
Yeah.
makes less sense than a normal boxing game.
Do you like boxing games or do you like Punch-Out?
I like Punch-Out, but I also like Evander Holyfield's
Okay.
Real Deal Boxing on Genesis.
Yeah. That was I like that one okay. I definitely like
That
Punch-Out
is closer
better.
to a boxing simulation than it is like a Nintendo boxing game like Punch-Out,
Sure.
Super Punch-Out,
Well, in this,
Wii Punch-Out.
Foreman for real looks like it should be a simulation boxing game because everything's like all the fighters are mocapped and they've got like photorealistic faces on the mocapped bodies, and it gives that impression that this should be like a simulation boxing game, but it really is a button masher, is what it is.
Yeah, it's weird. Because you were playing, I played it for a while.
And I love that you were playing it while I was playing it on Twitch. I love it when people in chat are also playing the game because it's always more fun to like share in the misery.
Yeah, because I just went right into career mode, and there are so many fucking boxers to choose from.
There are 19 made up boxers, I believe, and then George Foreman.
Yep.
Would you like to go through the roster?
I would love to go through the roster.
As fast as I possibly can?
As fast as you possibly can. Until one's funny, then I'm like, oh,
right.
look at that one.
All right. We got from the top, Big George Foreman, Keith Hammerhead Glasgow, Nick the Nightmare Cruiser, who looked like Brad Pitt.
Nick Cruiser sounds like it is mocking Nick Bruiser from Super Punch-Out, the final boss of Super Punch-Out.
And Keith Glasgow kind of like somebody else from Punch-Out.
Nick
Glass
Joe.
Glass Joe.
Okay, yeah.
And see, they flipped it though, because Glasgow is the best boxer in the game after George Foreman.
And Glass Joe is the worst at Super Punch-Out.
Yeah. So I feel
a regular
like,
Punch-Out.
I feel like they were definitely thinking they were like really clever with that.
Yeah.
And like, I think the fact that the other George Foreman boxing game is absolutely a Super Punch-Out ripoff, like enforces that.
Yeah.
There's also George Stallion's Shawkey, Lightning Lou Giannetti, who is Putin. Like 100% is Putin. Like, in which makes
He's got terrible gas. He's Putin.
He's Putin. It is so hard for me to say Putin because every time I want to say Putin, Putin. Putin.
Vladimir Putin.
But he is like seriously, like look, like do a Google search for Lightning Lou Giannetti. You'll pull up
Put
nothing.
him on a horse and he's
Right,
yeah,
yes.
0 results.
Maybe it is because all these boxers are shirtless, but he was definitely giving off Putin vibes. We've also got Derek the Legend Lee, Quick Draw Tom Robinson, Dangerous Dan Jones, Mike the Anvil Aubrey, Jeff Rockjaw Rianda, Joe the Dragon Hoffman, who is Dustin the Rain Man Hoffman's little brother, and absolutely the guy I played as the most. Because like all of these characters, all these boxers have these like backstories. Like they've got a
lot of backstories.
Full bio.
That don't always make sense to their stats.
No, you're right. Because they'll say things like they'll talk about the fighter's defense, and then like you'll look at the numbers, the actual statistics, and it's like this guy has like a 17 in defense.
Yeah,
I don't understand.
Yeah. The next guy who's like a powerhouse with 45 defense and 10 attacks.
Right.
It's like
what the fuck? So yeah, it's riddled full of that. But I like Joe the Dragon Hoffman because when I started playing, I was like, all right, I just want the fastest dude.
Yeah.
That's what I want. I want the fastest dude. And the reason I did that is because on the first exhibition match that I did, I was like, I'm going to be George Foreman. So because he's in the game, he's probably the best one. He hits really hard, but he is slow. Like, I mean, you press the punch button and it's just like, ugh. Like it takes like a second to like land. And it's like, I don't want to do this in career mode. I want the fast dude. And that guy he wasn't the fastest, but he definitely
had a good balance.
I felt like he had a good balance. Also, I like Bruce Lee, and he's the dragon, so it's kind of one of those where it's like that's my guy.
Chili the dog.
Chili the dog. Yeah, it is like if Chili Dog from your Call of Cthulhu game was in my
So between my first Call of Cthulhu game about the son of Sam, where Dave played a character named Chili Dog.
Chili Dog. In this game, he would definitely be Joe the Dragon Hoffman.
So if you like Call of Cthulhu, go back and listen to Son of Sam, that series. And then after you're done with that, like, I want more of this. What's the rest of this? You go to Patreon, give $1, and you get all the Piggy Palace
episodes. There's a lot of them.
Which is part 2 of 4 of my my arc in Call of Cthulhu.
I'm looking forward to the next game. And I'm looking forward to the game after that. We've got Willie the Lion Ramos. Yuri Fabulous Fataman.
Which he's who the speedrunner chose when I watched the speedrunner of this game.
Okay.
Yep.
Do you know why he chose Fabulous?
I assume because of his power and his defense, maybe.
Okay.
Because all he did was throw wide left hooks just over and over until he knocked the fuck out of everybody.
Okay, so you know more about boxing than I do.
Which I thought it was a haymaker. There's no option to throw a haymaker, which I think is dumb.
What is a haymaker?
A haymaker is just a pure wide everything into it power punch, which is super risky. You leave yourself way open to make a big, powerful punch.
Okay, so what are the other ones? Like,
So,
I know what a jab is.
A hook is pretty.
What's a hook?
A hook is kind of similar. That is you swinging out for more power to connect like with their face.
So like a baby haymaker.
So a jab is just a punch straight forward
sure.
with your dominant hand.
Okay.
A cross is your non-dominant hand, which would cross in front of the center of your body toward the opponent.
That's a cross.
That's
okay.
a cross.
And
then a hook would be a wide swing out.
What if it's a hook with your non-dominant hand? What do you call that?
Just a left and right hook.
Okay. All right. Gotcha.
Yep.
All right. Now I'm with you 100%. Man, they supposedly there's a way to do special punches in this game.
Yeah, because you get the stars, but I couldn't find any instructions to tell you how to do it, even on GameFAQs.
No, GameFAQs has one entry, and it is for the Game Boy version, even though it is listed as in the SNES category. And it's like, that's how little people give a shit about this game.
Yeah.
It's like not even categorized correctly.
Yep.
So yeah, I don't know. It's a game.
Yeah, like it looked like there was a lot of potential in this game, but it was completely fucking squandered and just floundered all over the place.
I agree. We've also got Jammin' Johnny O'Grady, Carmen Fist Paradiso.
Yeah, they call me Fist.
Call me Fist. What hobbies do you enjoy? And why do you smell like that?
They named a robot after me in Fallout. What's that? Fisto.
Eric the Kid Wilson, JJ the Bull Mazzo,
Jimmy.
He'd be Jimmy.
See, that's a reference in my Piggy Palace game where Dave plays Jimmy the Bull. Oh shit! It's a classic name, classic first name.
Starts with R.
Rutherford.
Do you know why?
Because Rutherford was the name of another one of your characters in D&D, wasn't it?
I do, yes.
Or a familiar,
very,
maybe?
very, very briefly. But Rutherford is like...
your favorite president.
Yeah.
Rutherford B. Hayes.
Yeah. Nailed it. I like to play... And Chili Dog is my second favorite president.
Andrew Chili Dog Jackson.
Chili Dog B. Garfield. Rutherford is like the origin of the name is essentially like a cattle keeper. So it's like Jimmy the Bull Rutherford. So I was like, all right, that works.
Up.
Savage Sammy Swift
beat my ass the first time I played against him because you pick your opponent, which is weird.
It is weird. But see, it also kind of makes sense because Savage Sammy Swift is like ranked higher than the other two you could choose to fight. Rob the Killer Jones and Ahmad Axman Williams.
So I think the first time I chose to be Yuri and fight
Yo, X-Man!
Savage.
Yes.
And he beat the fuck out of me.
Well, yeah.
No, and I went into career mode, which is more difficult than exhibition because your stats, in exhibition mode, your stats go up to where you're kind of even with the other person.
Yeah, everyone has set stats.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the case in career mode.
No, not
You
at
start
all.
out like
at the fucking bottom
with horrible stats that like never raise. They do raise, but it's like by 1 point. Like it
Meanwhile,
feels
your
arbitrary.
opponent's like 30 higher in the next match.
Yeah, and it is like I don't know what they intend for you to do. Are you supposed to like grind on those same boxers for like hours?
Yeah, you should be able to, like, with your winnings, pay to train and raise certain stats.
You do get money, and when you win a match, even if you lose, you get a little money.
Yeah.
But you can't do anything with the money
Nothing
that I could
with
find.
Nothing with yeah, you're right. I couldn't find anything to do with it either.
It's just like
fucking
essentially
dumb.
a score.
It's points.
Yeah, it's fucking stupid because it's like what is crazy about it is like so many. So I played career mode for a few hours, a couple hours, and it was like I got to the point where it's like I couldn't knock a dude out. Like it wasn't fucking happening.
Nope, I was
like,
never able to.
I don't have the offense. I don't have the power to do it. What I would do is win matches by like just getting a higher percentage of punches hit and not get knocked out. Like that was my goal. Don't get knocked out. Fight technically better. And guess what? That's not fucking fun. Like at all.
Yeah, it's not.
That's not fun at
It's
all.
not.
That
Nope.
might be how like real boxing is. I don't know.
That's how Floyd Merriweather wins all of his fights.
But that is
and it fucking sucks.
not fun.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because I remember the first time I played, I got my ass fucking beat. The second time I played, I changed to the dragon and I was doing okay. And in my button mashing, hit reset, had to go in again, start the match all over. Third match, like I am landing so many fucking punches. Like I'm 500 punches deep, 70% hit. Like I'm just, because you get them in like a jab loop.
Sure.
Where you're sitting there just punch.
If you time it right, you can just jab over and over and over again.
Yep, and you don't have a health meter.
No.
Like a lot of boxing, you have a health meter, and then as it goes down, your boxer will appear more beat up.
Right.
Makes sense.
Right. Don't have that.
Don't have that. You have a stamina meter.
Yeah. Yep. You have a stamina meter.
And you press pause to fucking go to a separate screen to kind of get an indication of where you and the other boxer are in the 3D model.
They show you a wire mesh frame and it's quartered off into like left side of the head, right side of the head, left body, right body. And it's like it's either green, yellow, orange, or red. And if it's red, it means that part of the body is super damaged.
Yep.
And I don't know.
They don't necessarily show that in the boxer very well.
Not at all. Unless you turn on red out mode.
And then it's like, oh, Virtual Boy.
Right.
Okay,
yeah.
perfect.
As you get closer to being KO'd, the screen gets more and more red, which is I turned on because it's nice to know, right?
Yep.
Like it's shit, I am in trouble. But it also sucks because everything is red and it is hard to see the other boxers.
Yep.
So it's just like, fuck, I don't know, man.
It's the interface is fucking terrible. There should be some other kind of indication, energy meter or something. It's fucking dumb.
It is very,
But
very
I
dumb.
remember I was beating the fuck out of this guy.
Right, 500 punches
He
deep,
was
sorry.
super slow, so I would just block
Get him in that loop.
over and over, get in that loop. Like we're on like the third ground. I managed to knock him down one time, and he got up. And then like he's just hardly had any hits on me, and then he just punches me, and I fall down. KO. That's it. Like I have dominated this guy constantly. Done. Like I was like, all right, I've never played this game ever again. I am absolutely done.
You're done. It did. There is one real big positive that came out of this game.
Yeah.
And that is I learned how boxing is scored now. I never knew.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know either.
I never knew. I just
either.
thought you went until someone was knocked out 3 times.
Yep.
Essentially, you know. But that's a TKO, and that has to happen in the same round.
Yep.
But I had no idea that essentially it's like there are judges, and
Yep.
they're like, you got a 10. You did real good. You boxed real good. 10. You didn't do good. 9. You got knocked. So I don't know. Like when I said I know how it's scored, I
You
loosely
sucked
know
real
how it's scored.
fucking bad.
7. Right.
Yeah, like I didn't know that either. I remember seeing that, but I didn't understand that until watching your stream. And I think it was Rhythm Master Paul Korn who was like, "Hey, this is how this
Yeah, I
works."
think you're right. And then Soul Sister Yarn Sorceress Chandra, she dove into the Game Boy Game Fact
Ha.
and to kind of try to help shed some light on how these statistics work in the game because they are weird. Let me ask you a question. and
Ask away.
you can tell me what you think does what. Power, offense.
Well, power is how hard you hit, and offense would be how likely you are to land a blow, maybe?
That's what I assume too.
Yeah.
The game fact gives an answer, but it's also nebulous. Like when the game fact is like, essentially that. But I feel like there wasn't a lot of confidence behind it. What's the difference between defense and stamina? That one's pretty self-explanatory.
Defense, how many hits you can take. Your stamina is how long you can last throwing punches.
And each punch takes stamina, but a jab pretty much takes none. So
Yeah.
even if you have no stamina, you can just keep jabbing all day long.
Yeah.
But if you want to do like a cross, or if you want to do another fancy punch with a fancy name,
You can do an uppercut or things like that. Yeah.
then that uses stamina. And then once your stamina bar's full up, you're just back to jab city unless you dodge and block long enough to get your stamina
And
back up.
other than a jab, it's hard to tell when you even really land a good hit.
Except for the sound.
Ooh.
Yeah, they do make a sound when they get hit, but I agree. Visually, it is very difficult to tell. It's even more difficult to tell when you've been hit.
Yeah.
Because by default, the camera is behind you, the boxer, your boxer. But you can change it if you want. You can change it so that the camera is back behind your opponent, which is very disorienting. Like, I mean, it is just like,
That's how I boxed.
is that really how you did it?
So I could see my face. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So you wanted to see your face?
I felt like I wasn't getting a good impression very well. Like I could see the recoil when I hit the opponent's back. So that's how I did it with more success.
Interesting. I'm glad it worked out for you because I thought it was really weird. And then I think it might have been Zalnop in chat who pointed out that it's probably something that was done for 2 players.
There is a 2-player mode,
But
yeah.
for whatever reason, it's also in the single player mode.
Yeah.
And then you can also choose switch. So it's
Yeah.
like you start out camera behind your boxer, and then
Start
next
out you
round-
fucking me, and
Right.
then I start fucking you.
Yeah,
It's
we
a
all know
switch.
what a switch is.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's versatile mode.
Versatile mode, engaged. All these boxers are ambi.
Speaking of ambi, I learned this weekend that Bovine Bear Matt Cowan ambidextrous.
Ah, well, that's a good.
Which he is a twin
Talent.
and wanted to be different from his brother, so he's ambidextrous.
He learned it
He learned it.
like Leonardo
Trained
da
it.
Vinci.
Naturally left-handed, learned to use his right hand. Which I'm left-handed and leaned hard into that. I am extremely left dominant in everything.
Yeah. I do think the sound in this game is good.
The sound?
Yeah, I do think
Okay.
I do think the sound in this game is well done. Mm-hmm. Technically, I think it is well done. I think that because there are voice samples in this game that I think are really, really good.
Okay.
Like when the game starts out, Foreman for real, and it's like I can understand that.
Yeah.
And that's impressive.
Sticky D. All right.
Sticky D. Yeah, exactly.
That's a reference to our Street Hockey 95 episode.
Everyone knows that one. You don't have to explain that one. Everyone knows that one. That is, I don't know why I'm so proud of that street hockey episode. I don't think it's like a super great episode.
Probably the worst game. I think it's a good episode over the worst game we've ever played.
I think it's a good episode. I don't think it's a great episode. But yeah, I think probably it is because it is the worst Super Nintendo game that I've ever played.
I'm with you.
It is. It is leagues worse than Foreman for real.
Oh, yeah.
Leagues
Yeah,
worse.
yeah.
I played Foreman for real for like 3 hours, and it's like
Yeah, I watched you seem like you kind of got into it a little bit.
it wasn't fun. But it was also not fun. You know what I mean? Like it was less than mediocre.
Yeah.
It was less than mediocre,
Yep.
but it was bearable.
This falls into the bad category, but
definitely-
not the awful category.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Street Hockey 95 fell into the worst category.
That's an F. This is a D. This is a D
D
game.
plus. I give
D
this
plus?
a D
Okay.
plus. I know we're not into it yet, but
Okay.
I give it a D plus.
All right.
I have a feeling that there are way worse boxing games.
Probably. We'll see.
like the Foreman boxing game that was before this one. But yeah, I thought the sound was good. And like, yeah, the beginning when it's like Foreman for real, and it's like, okay. And then you see George Foreman like in a very like they're trying to do 3D, like you know what I mean? They're like, we're gonna have a 3D rendered like boxing gym, and it's all going to be pre-rendered though.
See, I would have much rather this been like 70s, 80s George Foreman whenever he like did a cameo on Sanford and Son, because I'm used to.
Did he do cameos in Sanford and Son?
He did. He was like, I was used to bald, large George Foreman.
Yeah, me
That
too.
is who George Foreman was.
Yeah, of course.
I saw him make a cameo in Sanford and Son, and it blew my fucking mind. He had an afro and a mustache, and he was super thin and trim. Like, he was an Olympic gold medalist, like, back in the day.
I did not know that.
He is George Foreman, like, okay, Muhammad Ali might be one of the best boxers of all time. Doesn't have the best record, but one of the best boxers of all time.
And he was on Candid Camera a bunch.
Yeah.
So there we go.
Behind, like, but I think George Foreman stands a very close second. If not, maybe George Foreman might be one of the best boxers of all time. Because Olympic gold medalist and had such a long fucking career, a mind-blowingly long career. Like, he started in the late 60s and was boxing and winning in the 90s as just what looks like a fat old man just fucking beating ass. Like, George Foreman is fucking amazing.
All right. I didn't know you had such a passion for George Foreman. I love this.
See, I don't.
And you didn't even see his sitcom.
That's true, I didn't. But I grew up watching boxing, and I hated it for the most part because Dad made me watch it.
Sure.
But I developed somewhat of an appreciation for it.
So what you're saying is that all of that training was for this very moment.
It's for this episode.
Right
yeah.
now.
Yeah.
It pays off
off now.
Awesome. My dad liked to watch boxing too. And that's like one of the reasons I remember, like that was one of the big reasons that we got HBO when I was a kid, because they used to do like they used to show boxing on HBO, you know? And then it's like, oh yeah, they also have movies with titties in them. So that's where I'm
Not as
going
much
to
as Cinemax, but sometimes.
Right. Yeah, don't worry. We'll get Cinemax later.
Because I think I told you, like, 'cause my youth was my dad working in the garage painting cars, and I'd be playing Nintendo indoors or having to go pick up sticks or play outside.
You'd hear the door.
In the evening, we'd have dinner, and then after dinner, Dad trips down to just his whitey tighties, gets in his lazy boy, watches boxing. He pours a glass of milk, like skim milk.
Yeah.
And then takes a few pieces of Wonder Bread, white Wonder Bread, shoves them in that glass of milk till it's all just soggy, eats that with a spoon, watches boxing.
That's really gross.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
I didn't like that at all.
I don't like that. I
remember Ryan and I in the hall just like, this is fucking gross. Why does he do this?
I wonder what my son is gonna like.
Can we watch something funny? No. Boxing. Which I do love watching, like good classic boxing matches. Like ones that you know are fucking good, like classic, really good. There is really something to watching a good boxing match.
Do you have an example of like what is like the best one to watch?
Oh man, because it's so like what the fuck is going on between Mike Tyson and Buster Douglas.
Okay.
So Mike Tyson is like the best boxer of his era. Mike Tyson is, God, if you go back and watch compilations of Mike Tyson box, it's just like, holy shit, this dude was fucking unreal.
I've watched Mike Tyson compilations, but they have not been of him boxing. They've all been like crazy shit Mike Tyson has done.
Yeah.
Like I've watched so many of those. Where it's like I have no idea how he boxes, but that dude said some crazy shit after
Mike
fights.
Tyson boxing in his prime is a thing of wonder, and I'm not even kidding. Like, it is just like, it is no wonder this dude dominated. He is clearly incredibly talented at this sport. And you just see him on top of his game, he's the heavyweight champion of the world. Like,
Little Mac beat him.
Like, Little Mac beat him.
You know what I mean?
And he's like, he got the video game just thrown after him because like he was
so popular,
intimidating.
Right, sure.
And he punched I remember like reading about just like his punching power was so unbelievably high. Like he was just an incredibly agile, fast, and his heavy punches. Motherfucker punched like Goku. Like he was unbelievable. and then he fights.
Thanks for bringing it back for me.
You're right. And he basically takes a sandbag match against Buster Douglas.
A sandbag match?
I mean, it's nothing. It's a win. Like, he's just coming in. He's going to get a bunch of money. He's going to win.
Right,
People are paying him.
He's playing the easy team in Homecoming. Okay.
Exactly.
Right.
But he has the worst boxing match of his life, and Buster Douglas has the best boxing match of his life, and Buster Douglas beats him and becomes the heavyweight champion of the world.
And
loses it the next boxing match. Like, he's just fucking, no way.
Was it fixed?
No, just an incredibly huge upset.
But it seems like a thing that, right? Like, doesn't that like raise suspicion?
I mean, it could be. I mean, he was so good and so on top of his game.
Yeah.
And of course, then he was convicted of rape, went to jail, and after he tried to come back after that, and he just didn't have it anymore.
Come on, man. Hangover got him back in pop culture.
Comedically, he had it post-rape.
Yeah, right.
But boxing-wise, not at
so
all.
much, right?
Not at all.
So
that's why, like, Evander Holyfield, he couldn't stand up to Holyfield, bit his ear, like the whole big thing.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Holyfield was also an amazing boxer, but yeah.
He was the real deal, I hear.
The real deal Holyfield, you're right.
What about Riddick?
Riddick Bowe is probably my favorite boxer.
Yeah?
Yeah, I love Riddick Bowe.
All right. I just threw the name out because I almost knew it. I was like, I think I said
You were
Briddick.
there. You were there.
I said Briddick.
Briddick.
Briddick. I got you. I got.
And I remember the controversy over, I think it was Tommy Davidson. He was a really...
Pete Davidson?
Pete Davidson.
The boxer?
I remember Tommy who...
when he fought Ariana Grande?
Pete Davidson's stand-up special on Netflix is pretty good.
I've heard it's good. I haven't watched it yet.
He delves into like his relationship with Ariana Grande a little bit, and it's pretty good.
I'm watching it tonight because I'm working from home tomorrow.
But Tommy, I think it was Tommy Davidson's the comedian. So maybe I'm not thinking of the right person, but Tommy something the boxer, white boxer, which you don't really see much nowadays. But he was like, I feel like he was the last talented white boxer, and he was doing really, really well, but contracted AIDS, and it was like, all right, boxing career is over, which is just heartbreaking. He was very, very good.
They did that whole AIDS thing really seriously.
Yeah, I know. It's no coronavirus, right?
Couldn't he just box from home? I don't understand. Well, man, I knew that you were definitely more into boxing than I was, but I didn't know.
It was more forced upon me. But, yeah.
I didn't know that you knew, I didn't know you knew all this stuff.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Butterbean is another boxer that's very, very entertaining to watch.
I've heard of Butterbean because that's a name that sticks with you.
Butterbean, I feel like, had to be the inspiration for King
Hippo.
Because he's huge. He doesn't have a ton of stamina because he's huge, but motherfucker knocks people out.
Did he ever wear a comical bandage on his belly button?
He should have a little crown.
Right? Yeah. But I do think that the sound sampling was really good in the game. I like the voice sampling was good. They had a lot of things that were thrown in there. I do think that the choices weren't super great. Like, you hear like an old timey sounding guy go programs. So that was kind of weird, I thought. But I do love that at the beginning of the match, you do hear the let's get ready to rumble. And it's like, all right, that's good. I like that. I liked hearing that when I was a kid. They go into like, I guess someone's selling something that's ice cold. Or you do something that's ice cold. I don't know.
Ice cold pretzels.
You do hear someone say, hit him!
And the audience reaction is about the same as for Punch Out, where it's just like the same four sprites copied and pasted everywhere, just sort of moving back and forth.
Yes, and what's hilarious about it is the boxers are all photorealistic, like motion capped, and then the audience is just two-dimensional, two-frame, like, yeah, like, and it's like, okay, they just loop it, and it's like, also, it is like, yeah, they got like four sprites that they just repeat. One of them totally looks like Bill O'Reilly. So check that out. And I guess, did Gold's Gym like sponsor this game?
It must have, because it's posted everywhere. Yeah.
Because in the exhibition
same way
match,
Pizza Hut sponsored Turtles, Gold's Gym sponsored this boxing game.
It's a weird one. So I don't know. That was definitely in the exhibition matches. Like in the career mode, it's just the Acclaim ring, But otherwise, it's straight up Gold's Gym. They paid us $200 and
Yep.
we put this in the game.
We might make that much off this game.
I am curious what the sales were like on this game.
You're not good.
Probably not great.
Yep.
I did look for it at the expo when I was there. They didn't have this, but they had the predecessor, which, man, I wish I would have picked up.
Yeah.
Just because I played it on the flash cart at the end of the stream,
Yeah.
and it was like, oh boy.
Yay.
Yay.
So yeah, it's bad. I don't even know what the ending is. I never got close to George Foreman. Fuck all this. Fuck all this. Play Super Punch Out. Play Evander Holyfield's Real Deal Boxing. I don't know.
Box?
Don't play this. Actually, go box. Go get hit in the face, and it is a better time.
All right, Tyler Durden. I don't know how the game ends. Like, I don't know how career mode ends, but each fight ends with you like doing a fighting stance in front of the worst animated American flag in the history of American flags. Again, because it's like this contrast thing where your dude is like, your boxer's like photorealistic, and then there is this MS Paint like fucking American flag that waves like through 3 frames of animation, and it's huge in the background. And then they take your photograph and you see, I guess, a still shot from the fight in Ring News.
Ring News.
Ring
I love
News.
that publication, Ring News.
And sometimes it fucks up. And my favorite one was Ring News. And it's like Hoffman takes it. And then there's a photograph of an empty ring.
He stole this ring. Have you seen it?
You just see 8 Bill O'Reillys in the background.
We've all been charged of sexual assaults.
Fuck it.
We'll do it live.
So that's pretty much it. There isn't much music in the game because they don't play music when you're fighting.
Nope.
And there are no scenes where your trainer follows you in a car while you're running in front of it.
It's sad.
There is a trainer, though. I'm glad I said trainer. That brought back the memory.
Yeah.
It's just like a dude who looks like he's like the general manager at an Office Depot.
He looks like Sheldon Adelson, who is like a
Young Sheldon?
a billionaire donor. And yeah, he looks real bad.
And he is literally, it might just be the way that his body is, but he looks like he's shrugging. Like, it doesn't look like a dude like who's confident.
No.
Right. He's like, this is literally from the
Mix up your punches.
Yes, right. It's like literally from the game. Like one of his pieces of advice is try jabbing.
I don't know. It's kind of crazy. Hit him.
Have you
Just
tried?
try
Have
it.
you tried hitting?
Have you
him?
tried hitting him and then not letting him hit you? That's really the key to it here.
It's pretty much boxing. It's simple.
Because the speed run I watched, where they would basically because you can back up and back forward, so they would back out a step, so a punch would miss them, and immediately step in and throw a wide right hook, and then do that over and over again. And after like a few punches, boom, they were knocked out. Did that over and over till TKO, and did that over and over and over and over again. All they ever did.
How long? I didn't watch the speed run. How long did it take them to get to the game? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
Okay. And they did it was like career mode.
Career mode, yes.
I guess that's all I have to say about the game.
Hell yeah. Got any achievements?
I do have some achievements that came in from Twitch chat. Thank you all for submitting these. Here are my favorite ones. First achievement I've got comes in from Usurper Grimm. Have you heard of him?
Oh, the guy who usurped? Yeah.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
This achievement is tub thumping. In order to unlock tub thumping, you need to get knocked down, but then you get up again. Which does pretty much just happen when you get knocked down. You do get up again if you press the buttons real fast.
Yeah.
That does happen. So in order to unlock that, that
was probably part of my problem when I got knocked out, because I didn't know which button to press. Nothing seemed to work.
I pressed all of them.
Yeah.
And then I was like, That's
probably why I kept resetting the game whenever I would do that.
Oh, right. Yeah, because you're playing on a Pi, and
Yep.
there's a combination that'll reset the game.
Yep.
Yeah. I did an experiment where it's like, do I even need to touch the buttons? You do. You do need to touch the buttons. I don't know which ones you need to touch. Next achievement comes in from Zeus the Goose. Love the name. Love the name. Zeus the Goose. And this is chronic traumatic encephalopathy. In order to unlock chronic traumatic encephalopathy, you need to win a match with nothing but repeated headshots, rattling the brain violently until swelling overtakes any rational thought process in your opponent.
Yeah, boxing.
Boxing. And then the last achievement that I've got comes in from Sandwich Pope Phil. I'm sorry, Miss Foreman. I am for real. And in order to unlock, I'm sorry, Miss Foreman. I am for real. You need to defeat George Big Boy Foreman. His nickname was Big Boy, right? He was big. He's male. It makes sense. Whatever. I like the achievement name. Come up with something better.
I don't have anything better. That's perfect, Phil.
All right.
Love it. Love it.
Tyler, do you have any achievements? That sounded like a no.
The dragon falls. Lose as the dragon to a KO.
Ooh, you could do a amass a certain amount of treasure as the dragon.
Yeah. Rocky 3. Play as Yuri, the Russian boxer, and lose.
I've never seen a Rocky movie.
Really?
Yeah, I've never seen a Rocky movie.
They're good.
That's what I hear.
Very good.
I hear that some of them are very good.
Honestly, I think they're all pretty good.
Really?
I think they're all pretty good.
I've heard tales of a robot butler.
Oh yeah, it's good.
Is it like Johnny Five?
It's more like
need input punch.
It's more like Screech's robot from Saved by the Bell,
which is kind of like a proto Urkelbot, really, if you think about it.
Yeah. And then I haven't seen the most recent Creed movie, but the first Creed I saw was very good.
Oh man, I heard it was good. I haven't seen it. I didn't know they made a second one.
Yeah.
This one wasn't about the band?
I mean, tangentially.
Tyler.
Yes, Dave.
I've had a lot of fun.
Melissa also told me we were driving back because in the last episode we talked about the 5-star review where somebody complained about how we lower our voices for
Tyler,
this.
Yes.
And Melissa was like, I was weirded out the first time I heard that, but I would have never made a comment about it. But I'm glad someone else did.
Tyler.
Yes, Dave.
If you were to give this game, Foreman, for real, a beard that sums up how you feel about it, what kind of beard would you give it? And it's done to unsettle you, by the way. That's why it's done.
I would give it's a transition period.
Yeah.
I would give this the motion of 70s to early 80s George Foreman shaving off his mustache to become the completely sleek, bald George Foreman we know today.
Nobody knows what it's like. That's what I imagine is playing as he's shaving his mustache off.
George shaving his mustache.
Yeah, did he just decide like if the hair's because I assume the hair just kind of
it must be.
Did
So
the hair
like,
thing and
it's
fall
all
out.
going away
like,
then.
Yep,
all of it.
Alopecia route it is.
Chest, belly, head,
all of it.
face, all of it.
Man, he started turning me on at the end there. Chest, face, neck. Oh, God. Tyler.
Yes, Dave.
If you were to give this game a pair of glasses that sums up how you feel about it, what kind of glasses would you give it?
I would give this the pair of glasses worn by Charlie from Street Fighter whenever he loses a match, and they're all crushed and broken from repeated facial blows.
Fucking nice. What a fucking nice. I don't think I've ever liked. It's been a long time since I've heard of glasses where it's like.
You generally suck with your beards and glasses, but that was all right.
I just said glasses. You're really on with
glasses.
your beards. I can tell you think about beards more than you think about glasses.
I mean, I got
which
a beard.
Makes
It's
sense.
only natural.
Right, it does totally make sense. But wow, that is a good. I don't think you've given as good a glasses since you did like
the windshield that.
those are glasses. I believe it was the glasses from Major League. Charlie Sheen's glasses from Major League. That was the last one I feel like I really clicked with. Man, that's such a good pull. Holy shit.
Both glasses from a character named Charlie.
Oh, well, or an actor. What was his name?
Someone named Charlie.
What was his name in Major League? Fuck.
I don't remember.
Fuck. Wild Thing. He was the Wild Thing.
Yeah.
I assure you, Laud Mulaney Dennis right now is screaming Charlie Sheen's character's name right now.
I've gone through a lot of lead trying to. It might have been Rick.
I don't think it was Rick.
It might have been Rick.
I'm just trying to imagine someone
Rick
yelling.
Glasses.
Rick Glasses.
Rick Wild.
Rick Glasses is definitely going to be my new Steam name. Tyler.
Yes, Dave.
How much do you think this game was? How much do you think this game goes for loose?
$4.
That's a good guess. That's a really good guess. Tyler, actual retail value of Foreman for real loose for the Super Nintendo on average, according to PriceCharting.com at the time of this recording, is $3.79.
Damn.
You were very, very, very close. Want to take a stab at how much it is complete in box on average?
$35.
$14.
Damn.
That's kind of a steal. I would definitely
For a new game, yeah.
I would
All right.
it's
All
complete
right.
in box. New is $33.74. Still not bad.
Not bad.
Do you think it's worth it?
No. Well, for a collector, having the complete in box or the new, yes. A loose copy,
Yeah.
only if you're a collector and you like have things in box. Is it worth it?
I don't know, man.
game-
It's a D plus game, but it's like, I don't know, $3.79. It's $3.79.
I'd give $2 for it.
That's fair. That is fair. best I can do is
I would buy a Coke at a vending machine and trade it to somebody for this game.
I've tried the new Monster Energy drinks. I know that you were curious about that. You're talking about vending machines. I've tried one of them at least. They got 2 new flavors out, 0 calories.
Yeah.
One of them's mango. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. It's 10 calories. So they're cheating a little bit.
Okay,
0
that's all
sugar,
right.
though.
Dave's going to have a little bit of calories in energy drinks.
Man, but then I get that punchline. Oh, man. That's like 250 or whatever.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
But it's good. It's Hawaiian Punch, but in energy drink form. And also had the new. Have you tried you don't do energy drinks probably, right?
It
From time to
depends.
time?
Yeah, time to time.
Have you had the Coke ones? The Coke Zero ones?
No, I've been meaning to, but I have not.
I, for the first time, had the Coke Zero Cherry Energy.
I'm interested in that one.
It's not bad. It is, if you like balls, if you like guarana based, yeah. If you like balls.
If you like balls,
Yeah.
like you do, you dirty bottom. For humor only.
If
you're a chuckle bottom, you'll love
Chuckle Bottom. Can we just go ahead and rename the show Chuckle Bottoms?
Chuckle bottom. Ha ha tops and chuckle bottoms.
Did you come up with that term? That's really good.
That's a Dry Tubs original.
That is fucking gold. That's a joke of the show. That's good shit right there. Yes, it is. It's very guarana flavored. You definitely taste it.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Which is weird
I'm
combined
familiar.
with like
Coke,
cola flavor. It was still fine. You know, I would get another one, but it wouldn't be my first choice.
Okay. See, we need to bring back soda jerks. You're talking about all these energy drinks.
I almost did, yeah. And then I forgot that I needed to do that. And then I remembered having it when we were talking. So I was like, I'll just do it now. Like, I'm working from home next week, so it really doesn't matter. That was like, I haven't gotten better news. Like, I mean, it was just like the Tadpog prom just got better somehow.
Going to an office for certain jobs is just fucking dumb.
It is dumb.
Like, I get that you should be available for if you have to go off site. Sure. But like,
Or if a
it's
client
dumb.
needs to come in.
Yeah. And then you schedule that and you're
Set a
there when
meeting
you
up
need
and
to
go
be.
there. Right, exactly. Yeah. You would think it's like, why would a business want you to use their electricity?
Yeah, you're right.
know?
No, I'll pay for it. It's
And their
fine.
internet. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, totally. I'll use my electricity, my internet, I'll drink my water, I'll use my toilet. So much less that you have to spend.
Yep.
And I'm super happier.
Yep. Fuck yeah.
Because it's like, I can work on my own like schedule. I'm kind of tempted to just get as much as I possibly humanly can get done tomorrow. And then Wednesday,
do
Thursday, and
nothing.
Friday, just do nothing. Unfortunately, it doesn't work out like that. But I don't know. I got a quiz.
Hell yeah, let's
I
do
got
it.
a quiz.
Let's do it to it.
From one prime inquisitor over the seas, Ross Rachel Green. It is entitled Space. It's been my boy's birthday, and one thing he wanted was a big toy rocket ship, which is awesome and exactly the sort of toy my parents couldn't afford to buy 6-year-old RRG. I like that. I like RRG. You down with RRG?
You know me.
So obviously I play with it a lot more than he does, and so space quiz or whatever. Question 1. Are you ready, Tyler?
Yes.
Question 1. In this game, you played the last surviving member of an assault team fighting the evil machine.
An assault team fighting the evil machine.
And machine is capital M. Are these games that we have covered?
Chrono Trigger fighting the Mammon machine?
Mammon machine. I'm trying to figure out if we've covered these games or if these are just general, because he doesn't say.
He doesn't say. Fighting the machine.
The evil machine, and machine is capitalized. It's a proper noun. In this game, you play the last surviving member of an assault team fighting the evil machine.
See, Chrono Trigger doesn't make sense. It's the last surviving member. So you're the last. You're one. So is it like R-Type, Gradius?
Ooh, maybe it is. I'm trying to remember. I think
it's in space, right? That's the theme.
Space, yes. All right. Which one do you want to go with, though?
In R-Type, you're fighting more organic alien life. Well, no, that's not always true.
Yeah, because you got those heads and stuff, right?
Yeah. I think it's some kind of space shooter. Let's go earlier. Let's go Gradius.
Gradius. All right. Logging it in Gradius. It is Super Turrican 2. I feel way better about not knowing the answer. Next question. This game is based. Actually, I'm gonna look up Flopsy. I'm gonna see what they rate. I'm gonna see what they rate Super Turrican 2. Right the fuck now. It's gonna be good.
It's gonna be like 4 out of 5 stars.
Spoilers in the Ultimate Nintendo Guide to the SNES Library, 1991 through 1998 by Pat Contry, courtesy of Master Mold Mike. Flopsy gives Foreman for real 2.5 stars. Okay, now that is over, which is
too
bullshit.
high.
Too high. That indicates
everyone
it is an average
seems like
game.
Super Turrican 2.
I know, except
I
for
thought
us.
it was poor, and you thought it was disastrous.
I thought it was disastrous. Yeah.
But for some reason, everybody else seems to fucking have boners over it.
I need to revisit
boners
it.
So pure and so hard they wouldn't even fuck their friends.
And it wouldn't even be funny.
Yeah, not even be funny.
I do need to revisit it, just like I need to revisit Kirby's Dream Course, because those are the two games where people have been like, "That's not good. Those are good games. You guys were wrong. Those were good games." All right, Super Star Wars. That's not it. Super Street Fighter. That's not it. Super Troll Islands. Looking forward to that one.
Oh yeah.
Super Tennis. We did that. Super Strike Eagle. Bandit Splashed. Did that. Super Turrican 2. Yeah, 4.5 stars.
Out of 5.
Damn near perfect game. Yeah, damn near perfect game.
No, I don't have that good memories of that game.
I got to revisit it. I'm going to have to. All right. Anyway, next question. This game is based on a sci-fi western for canonically the 4th, but chronologically the 1st in a series of movies. This game is based on a sci-fi western for canonically the 4th, but chronologically the 1st in a series of movies. Oh, that's Super Star Wars.
Oh, good call.
Wow.
Good call.
Okay. What episode number do you think Super Star Wars was?
111.
It is 21 Super Star Wars. Yeah, it was on IGN's list.
Wow.
And man, I have to resist the urge to not look up every single game in Flopsy, because like I really want to know what they gave Super Star Wars.
Yep.
Next question. In the space shooter, the Japanese boss for stage 2 fired huge sperm, but every other releases it fired eyeballs.
Probably R-Type.
Probably R-Type 3, right?
Yep. The third strike or whatever, yeah.
Locking it in. R-Type 3, the third lightning. You were very, very close to getting the full title. What episode number do you think that was?
45.
Oh, man. It was 42. That was really fucking close, dude. Next question. This game stars a burrowing invertebrate in a robot suit.
Earthworm Jim. 50.
Earthworm Jim, you say it's 50? 54 Earthworm Jim. I picked up a box copy of Earthworm Jim
Sweet.
at the expo.
That's nice.
I wanted to get something. I wanted to get a boxed game, like as like a souvenir of the expo.
That was pretty close to recommended value.
It was a good deal. Yeah, it was under, not by a lot.
Oh,
but if
okay.
you include
That's still
shipping
good.
on it, it was definitely a good
Sweet.
deal. Without shipping, it was still like a few dollars under. They were really priced very well, and I should have spent more time at that vendor because they did have like a buy 3 get 1, and I could have just loaded up on like $4 carts and stuff.
Yeah.
But I didn't because I wanted to play games and stuff. Next question: This game is also based. This game is also a based sci-fi western movie series, but was not based on one of the movies.
So it's a movie series, but the game was not based on the movies.
That's what it seems like. And a sci-fi western. The argument could be made for Super Star Wars once more because what happens in the games do not line up with what happened in the movies.
Oh, I went to that giant, super huge ship that the Sand People had. Enormous, the size of 100 men. Space.
Actually,
ship
that's
rolled
a
the
sand
desert.
crawler.
Sand crawler.
The Jawas. They do have a scene in there, but they don't do any fighting in there. Also, they don't fight a giant sarlacc in the movie like they do in the game. So,
Shit, I don't know, man.
Alien 3, that is absolutely based on the movie.
That's pretty high, but sure.
That can't be it.
I'm fine with it.
Alien 3, locking it
Alien
in. Star Wars, Shadows of the Empire for the N64.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, it is
fair enough.
That was episode 204. Next question.
I slide by your shenanigans, Ross.
That was a
fair.
good one. That
Yep,
was a
yep.
that was a rope-a-dope.
Yep.
That was a boxing thing, right? I've heard that used
Sure.
before. That was a real 1-2 punch, wasn't it? Next question. This game is based on a film and takes place in cyberspace. Fuck you, it counts.
Shadowrun?
I was going to say Lawnmower Man.
Lawnmower Man. Okay, go for it. Lawnmower Man. Yep.
But Shadowrun also applies.
Yep, takes place in cyberspace. Not entirely, just little bits of it. Lawnmower Man is far more in cyberspace.
Shadowrunners can have a little cyberspace.
A little cyberspace.
Let's do Lawnmower Man. I feel good about
I
that.
I do too.
What episode number do you think it was?
234.
305, The Lawnmower Man.
Nice.
They had a cartridge of that at the expo. And I literally recoiled. Gonna have to buy it one day.
Yep.
Not today.
not today, Satan.
What do we tell the Lawnmower Man? Not today. Next question. In this game, a popular cartoon character fights aliens in ridiculous ways. That would be Bart versus the Space Mutants.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, not because we haven't played the Daffy Duck one yet where he's in space.
Duck Dodgers?
Duck Dodgers.
Yeah. What episode number do you think? Bart, The Simpsons, Bart versus the Space Mutants.
370.
Locking it in. It is 315.
Okay.
Bart versus the Space Mutants. Next question. This game featured space aliens trying to take over the world, and the star of the game recorded a soundbite for a fan of the show. That fan of the show was one Duke Sith Toast, a.k.a. William. Duke Nukem.
Duke Nukem. Oh, yeah, it was Duke Nukem. You're
We
right.
haven't done Doom yet.
You're right. It's on there. We'll get to it.
It is on there. It was my Secret Santa gift, so I could definitely play that on that beautiful red
One
cartridge.
of the worst ports of Doom for the Super Nintendo, but
That's
yeah.
what I've heard. It's a good thing we've already done Super Noah's Ark 3D.
So we're ready for it.
We're ready.
We're well versed.
Yeah, I think there's a Wolfenstein port for the SNES too, as well.
Man.
Yeah, man. What I love about those games on a 16-bit controller. That's always how you want to play Doom. What episode number do you think it was?
343.
463, Duke Nukem 3D. Next question. The last boss of this platformer, which was the first of this series on a handheld, is fought in space and quacks when you shoot him.
Mario 6 Golden Coins?
Yeah, but wait.
Or is it Super Mario Land?
It might be Super Mario Land.
Super Mario Land had the alien at the end of it. Super Mario Land. You're probably right.
Not Topanga, but it sounds like Topanga. What was the boss name? I can't remember. Anyway, kind of Topanga. I'm good with Super Mario Land.
Super Mario
lock it
Land.
in?
Yeah.
All right. Locked in. It is, in fact, Super Mario Land. Well done, Tyler. What episode number do you think that was?
444.
471. Next question. This old school, and it's spelled correctly, this old school style RPG was funded on Kickstarter and, much to everyone's amazement, was released after 5 years.
Cosmic Star Heroine?
Ooh, I bet that's right. What episode number do you think it was?
502.
479. Cosmic Star Heroine. Good pull, dude. That was the last question, but there is a bonus here. It says, just for funzos, you get to be an animal for a day. What do you pick? Easy. Dolphin. Next.
Dolphins do enjoy having sex recreationally.
Mm-hmm. You're a dolphin too? It'd be funny if you bought them for me as we're both dolphins.
This is how we chose to spend our day. we're going to go seduce humans.
Wouldn't it would be fun to be two dolphins that just try to seduce humans all day?
Well, there was that one, like, started out as a scientist, fell in love with the dolphin that he would make love to. I can't remember. I'll have to look it up. But
And then that one also raped Hank Hill. Remember that?
Yeah, that's true. Rub its belly till it gets to the red spot, and then fucking unleash its rape machine. Thank you, Ross, for the quiz.
Thank you, Ross. It was a very, very good quiz that you fucking surprised us with Shadows of the Empire.
Yeah.
It's a name I haven't heard in a long time. A long time. The alien from Super Mario Land was named Tatanga.
Tatanga.
So there we go.
All right.
I had to look that up. It was bothering the shit out of me. Now that that's done, I can work from home.
Sweet. Thought that's pretty good. It's pretty comprehensive.
Got any things? Got any things you want to do? Got any things you want to say? Do we need to do we need to figure out what we're going to be talking about next week?
All right. Well, okay. So here's the thing. We have a crossover planned. So we're going to buck the randomizer, and surely we will get fucked with it. So I'm going to go ahead and say it now. Hey, randomizer, the plan is to do a crossover with the Cape Podcasters.
Tadpog X Caped Podcasters.
About Batman Forever, which is a truly garbage game.
I never played the game.
And the first Batman movie I ever saw in completion.
Were you getting like a handy or something when you saw it, or?
No, I mean, I didn't get a handy, so I watched all of it.
Oh,
I never
I
watched
see.
Batman or Batman Returns.
see.
I just seen bits and pieces of it. The first Batman I ever sat down and watched, beginning to end, was Batman Forever.
You poor man. You poor man. When I hear to completion, I absolutely think about coming every time.
So knowing that randomizer, so either we work out our scheduling and next week is Batman Forever, or we don't, and it's this randomizer game. So we go ahead and open up spread wide for the randomizer to fuck us for bucking
open
tradition.
wide for Chunky.
Yeah.
Now you see there's a fighting game called Balls, and in that fighting game on the screen in the background,
yep.
it says open wide for Chunky.
Fucking awful.
So there we go.
Terrible.
Now everyone's on the same page.
No one listened to it. So I'll go ahead and grab this batter up bat.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Yeah, man, okay, I'm going to set this in the ground, point my donut hole in a gaping open direction.
Man, your no-no hole looks like a fish gasping when it's in a boat.
Yeah.
That's weird. I understand it, though. the randomizer has certainly gaped us well with this game.
No whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Stop.
557.
Ooh, at T's?
It's Super Battleship.
Okay, let's roll again.
We've done that one.
No whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Stop.
617.
Oh, okay. 617.
I should have stopped at 6. You looked really like that was like your jam.
Wow, all right.
6.
6. That could be anything.
That could be Super Battleship.
617. The V's? W's?
The T's.
T's.
The way you tease. I'll give you a hint.
Uh-huh.
The T is the name of the publisher and maybe the developer as well.
Taizo.
Tecmo.
Tecmo Bowl. Super Tecmo Bowl? Tecmo Bowl 2?
Electric Boogaloo. Tecmo. Tell me if you've heard of this game, okay?
All right.
I have a feeling that you might have just because of your history and your and the kind of games that you like. Tecmo Secret of the Stars.
Never heard of it.
It is an RPG. And it is kind of an infamous RPG. That's how I know of it.
Never heard of it. Okay.
Yeah, Tecmo Secret of the Stars.
Well, it's cool that maybe, so either we do that next week or we have 2 weeks to put it down because Batman Forever ain't going to take long.
Look, I don't want to put any opinions in your head from the beginning. I don't know that Tecmo's Secret of the Stars is a game that we're going to want to finish.
Yeah. Okay.
It might be.
It could be.
It could be, but I don't know. From things that I've heard, it's one of those games where it's like, yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
All right. Well, thanks for listening, everybody. Tecmo Secret of the Stars or Batman Forever. We'll see. Let's see. So you missed the next episode. Wherever you want to find all our episodes, we're on iTunes, Stitcher, YouTube, Spotify.
Look at that. Not an exclusive Spotify podcast.
Not exclusive to Spotify. We're not that cool.
Not making those Spotify bucks.
Yeah.
In fact, we're paying to be on Spotify.
Yeah, they're not paying us.
Right.
We're paying them.
Yeah, we're essentially giving them money that they then collect and then distribute to better podcasters.
So good. I'm glad I'm supporting Last Podcast on the Left on Spotify. I like that. That's how I can feel good about it. And my BIM, or the Besties. The Besties is Spotify exclusive.
Spotify exclusive, yeah.
What else do we talk about?
We're on Patreon.
We are on Patreon. So we talked a lot about the Piggy Palace. So I have run a Call of Cthulhu game.
Call of Cthulhu is a tabletop role playing game where you play a team of investigators exploring eldritch horrors. So I started off the first one. I like to base them on serial killers. So the first one is based someone
off
who kills for pleasure
multiple times,
frequently.
Yeah. So the first one is about the son of Sam. 10 episodes total. That is on our regular stream. So then I want to do the second part of that series, but it is far more graphic than the first one. So we made that Patreon exclusive. That is called The Piggy Palace. So you can listen to 15 episodes of The Piggy Palace on patreon.com. Just kicking $1.
It's really good. It is worth it. It is absolutely worth your $1. I can say that with 100% confidence. If you're into actual plays, you will like this.
But besides that, we have a lot of other episodes on there. We've got one where we have my oldest stepdaughter on, Brainy Jr., and we talk about all the teen slang. We have one where a video where we recast all of Sweden if they were in a movie. We have us eating one-chip challenges and multiple times.
Yeah.
Pure capsaicin, which was kind of bum capsaicin because the one-chip challenge was much hotter. And tons of other actual plays, like Everyone is John.
Yep.
And then all calls episodes. We have ones where we're just sitting down talking about bullshit. So it's just for $1, a lot of extra content on there that we're proud of. It's casual, but we're proud of it.
Yeah. The Jasmine story's on there.
If you want to hear my grossest sexual story, period, hands down, that usually makes people gag, that's on there. 50 Shades of Yellow, the Jasmine story.
We should have
with Taryn.
We should have a challenge where it's like, if you get through that episode without gagging or laughing,
then you get a spoonful of Jasmine.
We'll send you some things that people have sent us.
There's also so we are Tadpog. There's a Tadpog Facebook group. So we put our episode posts. A lot of good memeage up there. Thank you, meme god Cody Prickett. I take a lot of stuff from him. He does very good. Thank you, meme goddess Leslie Williams. I take a lot of shit from her. They're good stuff. We post good memes on there.
You do.
I do.
That's all you.
I do. You send me some. You send me some and I post
Yeah, if I
them.
see something that's funny, I'll send it to you. But that's not always necessarily something that I think would be a good post.
Curated, yeah.
So what that has done is I now don't send you things that are X-rated anymore, pretty much.
Yeah. It used to be pretty much
all
hey,
like,
you coming over and then X-rated thing.
Right. Just like a photograph of like a skinny dude fucking a fat dude. I'm like, you get it, right?
This is you.
Yeah, they're watching.
Very funny.
They're watching Flipper.
But if you want to get invested in the deeper, darker side of the community, that's Tadpog Nation. That's where all the fucked up shit goes. Stuff you don't want your grandma to see. But if you're a good boy who wants more Tadpog content, that's on the Discord.
Or if you just want to spam honk emotes, that's also a
Tadpog or a Discord channel.
Want to talk about Nate's hedgehog panties? That's also on Discord. bit.ly/Tadpog Discord.
Love it. And hey, we have shirts. We have the regular Tadpog logo shirt. We have Dave style chicken shirt from a dream that I had a long time ago. And then we have Tad Dogs, which Nate Glines bought one of those. I didn't think anybody owned a Tad Dog shirt, but he does, and I loved it.
Usurper Graham has one as well.
Oh, Graham, all right. The rarest, if you want to get that rare Tadpog shirt, buy a Tad Dog shirt.
Yep.
2 people have them, and that's it.
And they're honestly the best illustrated shirt that we have.
The best design.
It is.
That's on shirts.tadpog.com. Let's see, if you want to send us something, I'll say it again. Tadpog Studios, care of Nicole Nance, P.O. Box 3785, Paducah, Kentucky 42202. We have a voicemail. Sometimes we take calls. We tried to. We ran late. It's very late because we talked about the prom forever. So if you want to call us, 270-883-2555.
You sure? When you said downers, did you mean cocaine? You remember that time when Tyler outroed for 29 minutes? In rapid succession. You're like me, Ultimate Nintendo Guide to the
If I
SNES
still want to have sex night, I got to make this fast.
Well, that I can assure you that window's closed for me, so I'll just drag this on out as long as I possibly can.
The only sex you're having tonight if it's really funny for someone else to walk in on.
You are not wrong. It is way past Nikki's bedtime.
Then we talked about the Patreon, but let's pull up that Patreon.
Yeah, do we have any people to thank? Any new donors or increased donations?
So, we've had quite the boost.
I know.
Quite the boost.
It's been amazing.
Damn.
After they listen to this episode, though, they might take it back.
They might
take it back.
Or like they'll take it back and be like, I want pictures of that funny fucking, and then you get more.
All right, $5,000 Patreon goal. Pictures of funny fucking.
Let's see. So I think I talked about Joey Webster's increase, Nathan Eaton's increase, the $2 a month pledged by an anonymous Brett. So also a new donor, Mel. Well, okay. Well, we know her, Mel Webster, which is Joey Webster's wonderful wife, has pledged. Thank you very much.
She made some real awesome Jello shots for Tadpog Brown.
Oh man, so good. So except for the Malort ones, the Malort ones were awful.
Didn't have any of those.
Oh, I did. I did.
Didn't have any of those.
Oh. And then a big increase by Paul Anderson. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Paul.
Thank you very much. And then we lost Norma Lester, which I don't know if that's a real person or not. I'm assuming it's not because that donation did not last very long. Executive producers?
We do have some executive producers. This show has been executive produced by Usurper Grimm, God Emperor Alex Pena, Cousin David Galino, Laud Mulaney Dennis, Platinum member Brett Miller, The Eightfold Daniel Abernathy, Master Cycle Baron Kevin Link, executive producer Dig Dougie, and Drinksmith Joey Webster.
Hell yeah.
Thank you. It really, really means a lot.
So our theme song is Moves by Sycamore Drive. Link to that track found in the show notes at tadpog.com, as can our Twitter and Instagram at tadpog_podcast, which I nearly forgot. How do you want to close this out, Dave?
Like two dolphins trying to seduce people and having sex with them.
All right. So until next time, tropical
Capricorn.
Oh. The hole is the O in corn is my dolphin hole.
My dolphin hole.
My dolphin hole. Stick it in any dolphin hole you want.
Ooh, any dolphin hole?
Yeah, I got my dolphin pussy hole. My dolphin butthole.
Always drink this much, please.
My dolphin mouth and my dolphin blowhole.
Oh, dude, I would not go anywhere near a dolphin mouth.
Got a lot of razor sharp teeth.
No lips.
On this. No lips.
Lips, all teeth.
Just teeth, and then what looks sort of like a fleshlight of dolphin tongue and just throat meat. Come get my dolphin throat meat.
I do like some good throat meat. There is that, I guess. There's a lot of dolphin beak to get through, though.
Yeah. You better be pretty big. You better have a giant fucking dick if you want this throat meat.
I'm out.
Lexington Steel can get this throat meat. Thanks for listening. First time listener hearing us talk about dolphin throat meat fucking.
All right, the throat meat is the meat that's at the very back of the throat.
Probably. I mean, because I've seen where they open up their mouth to get the fish, and it looks like it's just like a lot of throat meat.
Just a lot of throat meat.
A lot of throat meat.
Throat meat seems like the discount deli. Like, we got throat meat. Turkey. We got throat meat.
We got turkey tails and dolphin throat meat. What do you want?
What do you want turkey for, you bougie fuck?
What are you buying?